that TVR Chimera. All 948cc of it. Renault 5 GT Turbo, we didn't see this one come in before. Well, good evening folks, welcome to the Old Classic Car channel, and we are back at the Swettenham Arms pub for their regular evening meet. It is a Tuesday evening, the sun is shining, there aren't too many clouds in the sky. All being well, we'll get a great turnout of old cars here this evening. Who knows what will turn up? We are here in the trusty MX-5. It's a little bit far just to jump in an old one and get here, because this is just an evening meet and it starts winding up probably about 8 o'clock, that kind of thing, and the evenings are just starting to draw in a little bit. So we grabbed a quick bite to eat and then sped over here in the trusty Mazda to see what was going to turn up. We've got some fine old metal heading down the road, headed up by this fantastic Mustang, a Ford Mustang from 1966. A Civic Type R and a great little Honda Beat. I've never seen that here before. Very neat little K car from Japan.
I rate the Marlboro Honda Beat.
Yeah. Little moggy Traveller here, the Morris 1000 Traveller, a very distinctive A-series burble. Behind that, the TVR Chimera. What an immaculate example that is. I believe this did start out as a classic and vintage car meet, and it's kind of developed over the years to include pretty much any sort of enthusiast car, including quite a few moderns, but obviously we'll be looking mainly for the older cars here this evening. There's our lovely notchback Mustang from 1966. It looks fantastic in white with the black stripes. Really tasty car. These are available with the V8 or the straight six, but I think most of them are probably V8s. This one certainly is. If that 289 cubic inch badge on the front wing or the front fender is anything to go by, yeah, that's a really cool car. There's a lovely TR6 in midnight blue, complete with BARC Brooklands badge on the front, the British Automobile Racing Club of Brooklands down in Weybridge, Surrey. Yeah, what a fantastic car, and a lovely colour for it as well. That really does set it off, and it's nice to see one that isn't red for a change. Lovely car. Well, I did notice before, which I wanted to make sure I had a quick look at, is this Paddy Hopkirk screen visor, a tinted visor. Of course, Paddy Hopkirk, a name well associated with rallying going way back to the 1960s, and this tinted visor's even got the radio aerial built into it, so that's quite a neat little accessory, probably the 1970s accessory to go with the 1975 tax disc in the window. But what a lovely car that is. I do like these little door protectors as well, with the reflectors built into the back edge. Yeah, that's a lovely car, that is. Just look at the paint finish. How straight is the bodywork on that? There's the super little Fiat 500 parked up over here, out of the way, on an H registration. So what does that put it at? About 1970, I would have thought. Isn't that a little Bobby Dazzler, that one? Left-hand drive. Tiny little engine in the back. Little Cinquecento 500. A Lotus Elise. And over here in the very civilised corner of the car park, of course, we have this lovely little Morgan that we saw driving in just a few minutes ago. I'll have to look at the registration number on that one just to see what sort of age it is. 1950s at some point, mid-50s. Yeah, I'm not sure if we've seen this one before anywhere. Nice assortment of badges on the front as well. 1910 to 1980. An enamel RAC badge. The Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. The RAC, the Royal Automobile Club. And on the end here, the VSCC, the Vintage Sports Car Club. Quite a fetching two-tone colour scheme. I like the wheels on these early ones. I think they really do set it off a treat. Yeah, lovely car built in Malvern, down in Worcestershire. Next to that, there's that Moggy 1000. I wanted to make sure that we had a look at this as well. The same year as that Ford Mustang, but it couldn't be much more different, could it? 1966 is the registration year of this beauty. Very, very nice car indeed. I can hear something else coming in. Look at this Vauxhall Viva HB. I'm not sure I've ever seen that one before. What a great car that is. Apologies for the shadows, but it's quite a bright evening and the sun is getting low in the sky. But we'll do our best. So a quick peek inside this Morris, the Morris 1000. 30,042 miles on the clock. I wonder if that's original. It's pretty hard to tell when a car gets to this kind of age. But yeah, isn't that lovely? What a practical classic that is. I'd be wrong not to include this lovely SL, the 280 SL. This is a regular sight here at the Swettenham Arms, an automatic car, Welsh registered from 1965. Just quite an unusual colour, you don't often see them in this colour. A very handsome looking machine indeed. Very nice, the Pagoda roof car. Super little Standard. We almost came in ours this evening. A fantastic little Standard 10. This gentleman has subscribed to the channel, so big thumbs up for that. But yeah, what a great little car. All 948cc of it. Let's have a quick look inside this fab little Standard. Oh, very familiar territory in here. Let's have a little sit down in here. Oh, slightly different control arrangements compared to our 8. So there's always lots of little differences. Also got the same little cubby holes. They didn't all have the cubby holes in the door. I can't quite remember why. I think ours is the Family 8. There's lots of different variations. This of course is the 10. So this has got the 948 version of the same engine, whereas ours is 803. The engine that went on to power Triumph Herald, Spitfires, that kind of thing, in slightly enlarged form. But everything else, this has got a key ignition. Ours has got like a little rotating switch, just like the Austin A30. But everything else is pretty familiar. The view down the bonnet all looks very familiar. But yeah, it's just a lovely car, and I do like this colour. This is one of my favourite colours for the little 1950s standards. Isn't that great? Yeah, we so nearly brought ours. Oh, the back door's open as well. There we go. Oh, and luxury of luxuries. Now there's a luxury we don't have, an opening boot. Good heavens. We have to make do with going in via the rear seat that folds down. But
Do we have a spare tyre?
we have got a spare wheel, but there's like a panel, separate panel on the 8 that you flip down. Yeah, luxury of luxuries indeed. Yeah, what a great little 50s standard that is. You hardly ever see these at shows, so it's always a treat to see one like this when it turns up.
That's the thing. You've got
Chevy with the fleet side bodywork.
That's the same with us. Whenever we're at like a big show, like Western or something, just disappear.
Yeah. Since it's 12,
A Cavalier convertible, no less. That's quite a rare sight now. Is it the Mark II Cavalier? Second Morris Minor Traveller of the evening.
Nice wheels, aren't they?
Yeah, slightly wide steel wheels on this one. That looks pretty nifty. Reverse rims or banded wheels. Yeah. Even wider than the wider rims that were fitted to the Morris vans. That's really, really nice. Chevy pickups on air suspension. I revised my dating to early 60s as opposed to mid 60s, because by the mid 60s they'd gone to the less wraparound screen than you see there. This one's on air suspension, hence hugging the ground. It's in immaculate condition, subtly modified, huge rims on the back, side heading exhaust. Presumably all the air gubbins lives in this box section here at the forward end of the pickup bed itself. Yeah, super clean truck. Here's the Honda Beat in Marlboro livery, reminiscent of some of the old McLaren Honda F1 cars. Here we've got a Honda Civic Type R. Apparently it's an EP3 generation, according to my youthful assistant who knows his JDM cars, or Japanese domestic market cars, better than I do. Well, you know them better than I do. Here, bright red Porsche 944, looking very sharp indeed. Got a 911 over here, and on the end of the row, an MGB GT. It says V8 register in the window, so I'm guessing this has the 3.5 V8. Yeah, it's badged up as the V8 powered car. Very, very nice. Same wheels as Dad's got on his MGB GT. Slightly larger diameter, I think, compared to the regular cars. It's got some added wood in here. Walnut dash and centre panel. So a few modifications going on in there. Yeah, I'm sure that goes very nicely. Note how some of the seams have been blended in. This is where the back wing would normally be welded on, so there's usually like a raised seam on there, so this has all been smoothed over to give it the smoother look, which does actually look nice. As the same happened, yes, the same's happened at the front as well. So from here, this is what it looks like, say, on a P1800S Volvo, where the front wing comes along. You've got the scuttle panel there, and it's all smooth and blended in. Usually there's a join that sort of comes along here, and then dog legs, something like that, but this has all been smoothed over. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's just lots of subtle modifications on this one. Yeah, very eye-catching car indeed. I bet it sounds fantastic. I'm pretty sure they usually have strips down the side as well, don't they? Where's that cloud come from? Renault 5 GT Turbo. I didn't see this one come in before, but I was having a good chat with the gentleman that owns that fantastic Standard 10, so maybe this sneaked in at the same time. Super shiny car, looks great in red. A super little MG midget here from 1965. What a fantastic colour.
This is probably the car I'd have out of all.
Is this your favourite of the evening? Is it after the Standard 10, obviously?
Like Mark 1 midgets.
Yeah.
Look at that, like the little handbrake lever is just so nice.
Yeah, just stick straight up and yeah, great little car, isn't it? Nice. Quite compact, you wouldn't want to be too tall.
Just have the roof down.
Yeah, just have the roof down, you're right.
I think it's
1500 Beetle pulled in. I do like the wheels. I'll have a look. See that the rear engine cover is slightly ajar.
it goes like that.
Oh, I see, yeah. It's quite the system.
It looks a bit scrapeable.
That's a fab steering wheel in there, isn't it?
I like these rims.
Yeah.
Tie writing.
Oh, yeah. A bit of tyre writing. White tyre lettering down there for Goodyear. We like a bit of that. Yeah.
These badges as well.
Yeah, lots of badges for MP, which is like a company that provides all sorts of tuning and upgrade and accessories. It's a very clean car indeed. Must be one of the last of the pretty much flat windscreen. The later Beetles had a much more wraparound screen on them, if I remember correctly. You don't see these all that often now. The Cavalier I here in convertible format on a D registration, so that puts it circa 1986 or possibly early 87. Very neat. Rare survivor now. You don't see too many of these Mark II Cavaliers around, full stop, let alone one of these open top versions, and with these extra stripes. They look like a proper sort of dealer accessory stripes. You've got the extra lamps set into the front grille as well. Yeah, lots of period accessories and evidence on this Cavalier.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Wind's getting up, the clouds building up. Now, I know it's a little bit modern for our tastes, but it is, well, 2005, so nearly 20 years old, this Bentley, and it's up for sale for £13,990. 6 litre W12 twin turbo with 76,000 miles. Midnight emerald green metallic. Full Bentley history from new. I mean, that's a lot of car for what doesn't seem to be a huge amount of money. Obviously, you've got to be able to run something like this, but if it's a good one and you buy the right car and you don't pile the mileage on, it strikes me as being an awful lot of car. Even if you budget another £5,000 or £6,000 for a few repairs in the first couple of years, even then, it's still a huge amount of car. Next to the Elise, we have a somewhat modified Ford Capri from about 1984. Look at the huge box wheel arches on that. It does need them though, because it's got some pretty vast wheels on it. Look at these, I'm assuming they're wolf races or something very similar. Very deep dished. But yeah, these cars were so popular with car tuners and modifiers in the 70s and 80s. So yeah, modifications like that are just part of the Capri scene and always have been, I think. I've noticed a number of the open top cars, the owners have been swiftly putting the roofs up because I think there's a bit of doubt about...
Are you going to join them?
The weather. Well, we'll keep ours down for as long as we can, but yeah, even we might have to put our roof up.
not necessarily the lake.
No. We're not far from the car, are we? But yeah, a few of the convertible cars have already left, sensing perhaps that a little of the damp stuff may be not all that far away. But yeah, this Honda Beat is very neat indeed. Looks like the Jeep's been lifted slightly. Well, there's a few spits and spots of rain in the air. I suspect a lot of people will start dashing back to their cars to put the roofs up if they haven't already. And I think we will have to do the same, because it could just be a passing few spits and spots, or it could be a little bit more. Various cars are leaving. The lovely little Old English white Moggy Mine 1000 is going. The somewhat burbly Capri has just fired up as well. Guessing V6 power. Yes, it's starting to rain now properly. Right, let's go and get that roof put up. Well, there we go, roof is up, cars are departing. The plucky little standards there, the bike's going, the old Honda. But I suspect that is probably it for Interesting Classics for this particular meeting here at the Swettenham Arms. So I think it's time to sign off. So thank you so much for watching this short video. Many more videos on site. Please have a look around the channel if you're new here. Think about subbing, leave a comment, leave a like, all that kind of thing is really appreciated. Anyway, I'm getting wet now, so bye for now.